maybe not a great start, because the market has entered into a bit of negativity in the market, because it has climbed down below the support level of 15,660. So it is quite possible that it may revive in today's session. It may revive hugely in today's session. However, there is a bit of possibility that it may drag down a bit till 15,550 levels, and then go all the way up towards the 15,900 mark, which is the all-time high the index has already scaled up to, Nifty has already scaled up to. Okay, in today's session, let us look at what is the technical analysis. Basically, how the market will pan out in today's session is what we will be looking at in today's session. Okay, so let's first look at where the market is headed. Firstly, where is the supports and resistances for the market? The resistances, there are multiple resistances in today's session. R1, the resistance, the first resistance is at 15,660. If it has taken up in the gap up opening, then probably we will see more highs in today's session going up to 15,700. If the 15,660, which is the first resistance, is not taken up in the gap up opening, or probably we may open gap down if at all it happens. In such a case, that we may see the lights of 15,550 to 15,505 in today's session. And happening that 15,606 is a very, very strong support, which is the S1, that is the first support for the markets. It may give a lot of support for the market to go up, recoup its losses or whatever it has happened in today's session. So it is quite possible that we may have a dhamakedar, great spurting event today, that the Nifty may move up about 150 to 200 points, or it is quite possible that we may drag down to 15,550. And it is also possible that we may see both happening in today's session itself. It may drag down to 15,550. It once happened so. So it came all the way down to 15,431 levels and dragged up all the way till 15,700 to 15,800 level in one particular session itself. So it is quite possible that we may see both the events panning out today itself. 15,606 is a very strong support as of now. 15,505 is the second support. 15,431 is the third support for the market. If we drag more downer, 15,303 is the support below that. So as of now, let's look at the resistances as we may open gap up in a pre-open session today. And let us see where we are actually headed in the pre-open session. Pre-open session shows that we are headed higher, and SGX Nifty was denoting a positivity in the pre-open, and so is Nifty taking up in the session as well. 97 points up in the pre-open session at 15,729, and Sensex is at 52,470, which is 271 points higher. So that being said, that's the pre-open at this point of time, around 9.4. So we have up till 9.7. So around 9.6, the market will stabilize with the rates with the pre-open session. Okay, so these are the supports and resistances, multiple resistances in today's session. Hugely, we have great support at 15,606 and 15,505 and 15,431. Those are the big supports for the market as of now. Fast stochastic is hugely down. We are in an oversold zone. Okay, so it means that the market seems like it is forced to have an uptick session in today's session. According to fast stochastic, we are in an oversold zone. So when it is oversold zone, it fights back, the market fights back to go above the oversold zone, and I enter the overbought zone, which is above the levels. So slow stochastic is at 46, which denotes that there is nothing positive or negative about the market according to slow stochastics. MACD is 53.26, which is than 79 at exponential, which means that the momentum in the market is a bit down. It means that the momentum to go up or momentum to go down is a bit down in today's session. So the divergence is around 25.79. So it means that the market is not divergent enough. It means that momentum may be going down. However, the divergence, if it is positive, it means that the divergence and momentum is actually clashing, and the momentum in the market is on the upside. So the market may see revival on the upside. However, MACD is denoting a bit of negativity, as so is divergence. So that being said, let's jump in and let's understand where the market actually was supposed to pan. SGX Nifty showed 6 points higher yesterday, 59 points higher in SGX Nifty. Yesterday was a market holiday in India on the eve of Bakrid. So 21st July was a holiday. So today, yesterday it showed 60 points up move, and today it showed 6 points up move around in SGX Nifty. When I was writing this article on 22nd, the 21st S&P was up by 0.82% at 5.63 points. Nasdaq was up by 114 points, 1.08% up. Dow Jones was up by 0.83% at 286.01 points. Nikkei was up by 159.84 points at 0.58%. Hang Seng was a bit of down, 34.67, 0.13% down. So looking at all the market, I had denoted that the market will go on the upside, that is positive in the pre-open session. So as per the supports and resistances, I have mentioned lots of supports and resistances: 15,606, 15,582, 431, 371, 336, 202. That's not required. However, we are headed on a bit of higher side in today's session. In resistance, 15,660, 15,705, 766, 800, 835, 901, 915, and 952 are the resistances for today's session. So the world market was positive, SGX Nifty is positive, and US markets is positive, showing that the Nifty will open positive in the pre-open session, is what I had already mentioned it around 7:30 a.m. And let us see where the market is headed as of now in today's session, and let us see where we are supposed to head in today's session as well. So let us look at where the market is headed in today's session. So the pre-open shows that we are opening 104 points higher. Hope you are able to see the screen. We are headed 104 points higher in the pre-open. See, that's the greatness of technical analysis. The technical analysis is the market indicator of where the market will actually head towards. So what is the trend of the market? How do we find out the trend? The trend, we can find it out using the technical analysis. I have done lots of technical analysis in the pre-open session about the pre-opening session and moving of the market in today's session according to the supports and resistances, lots of technical analysis indicators and all. You can read this Nifty technical analysis before the market starts, somewhere around 8 o'clock. Every day it will be updated. Okay, so where can you see that? On exoticinvestment.com, on the menu itself, it is mentioned Nifty trend today. If you click on that, every particular day you can see the technical analysis of how the market opens and where the market will head in today's session. Before the market starts around 8 o'clock sharp, you will surely have the technical analysis updated for today's session where the market is headed. So in today's session, as I had already preempted around 7:30 a.m. in today's morning session, Nifty trend today, it is going positive. 15,736 is where we are opening, and that means that we are headed higher than the resistance. That is, two resistances we are headed higher than. One is at the level of 15,660, which was a huge resistance because it was a huge support for the market, and it took the market down below that 15,606. we were headed for a bit of a high, a bit of a lower turn on the market, and resistance was at 15,660. And now the gap up opening itself has made the market move all the way upwards. Okay, so 15,660 is taken. The next support, next resistance was around 15,705 levels. So 15,705 also is taken out in the pre-open itself. Next support, or next resistance comes up at 15,766 levels. So when we head towards 15,750 itself, it is just like the mirchi. So you don't have to smell the mirchi from very near to your nose. So mirchi powder, whenever you actually smell it from long ahead, you can still feel that hotness in your nose. Okay, it is just like smelling the mirchi powder. So it is just like going when it hits the support, it is just like going to the trampoline. It more harder you bounce towards the trampoline, more harder you go upwards. So it is with respect to support, more harder you go towards the support, more harder your bounce back towards the resistance levels. Okay, so that's how the market actually pans out in technical analysis region. And this is the way we will make sure that the market actually gives the right directions, right indications for us before the market actually opens as well. So in today's session, let's look at where the market is headed up to. As I already mentioned, resistance now is around 15,666 level. Next level resistance 15,800. Next level at 15,835. Next level resistance at 15,860, and next is at 15,901, 15,915, and 15,958 levels are the resistances for the market. If the market comes down from this particular level, then it is quite possible that we may come down to again 15,700, 15,660, 15,606 levels in today's session. So that is how the market will pan out. And I had already told you market is within the range of 15,600 till 15,950 levels. Okay, until it breaks the higher side on the upside or the lower side on the downside, we will not be headed in a big of a range as of now. Okay, so the next level of market stops at 16,300 levels according to the Fibonacci extension levels. So I have very clearly made a great blog post about Fibonacci extensions in exoticinvestment.com/blog. If you go ahead and verify, you will find a great blog for Fibonacci extension, and you can very easily find out where the market is headed up to. Now the market is headed up to 16,314, provided that market crosses the level of 16,000, which is a very, 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 very huge resistance for the market as of now. The market opened up, and now we are headed towards 15,750 in the open session. So now we are at 15,735 levels. In 1 minute, the market went a bit on a downer side, and now the market is trying to go upwards with the support of the EMA levels. So what are the resistances and what are the support? I have already told you. Keep that in mind, and the market will pan according to that particular levels. As of now, 15,750 to 15,766 is a huge resistance for the market. Okay, please keep that in mind. You will have to take cautiousness whenever it hits the levels of support and resistance in the market. Okay, keep that in mind. It is quite possible that the market may go up to that particular level. Afterwards, it may bounce on the downer side if it hits the resistance, bounce on the upper side when it hits the support levels. Now the market is headed towards 15,741 levels. So now we are going a bit of strength to strength in the open session. Pre-open had preempted that we are opening 107 points higher. Now we are 113 points higher in Nifty as of now. Sensex is at 52,587 levels at 390 points higher at this juncture, and let us see where the market is headed up to. It is quite possible that we may head up to 15,750 to 66 levels, and when we hit that particular level of snag, it may probably scroll down to the level of 15,660 levels, or maybe hold on at 15,700 levels itself, because 15,705 is a great support for the market, because once the resistance actually goes down, it is quite possible that it becomes a support. So goes up above the resistance level, it becomes a support. So in the 6 month chart, let me show you where the market is headed up to. So the market, if I actually happen to do the technical analysis, drawing the Fibonacci retracement levels, so the first level of Fibonacci extension will come up to around 15,915 to 15,920 levels. So how do we do this? We'll move this 38.2% levels to the 0% levels at this particular level, and then we will find out at a level of 15,928 we have already reached the particular highs. So from those particular levels, if we have to move upwards, so where are we headed up to? We take the difference between these two, 15,928 minus 15,440 levels. So the difference comes up to 15,488 levels. We add it up to 15,928 levels. So where are we headed up to? 16,416 is where we are headed up to according to the Fibonacci extension levels. So Fibonacci extension shows that we are headed up to 16,416 levels, provided we go up above the level of 16,000, because 16,000 itself is a huge resistance for the market as of now. And as of now, we are probably headed up to 15,750 levels in today's open session. Let me give you the chart of today's session, and let's see where the market is currently at. The market is currently at this particular level of 15,746 levels at 114 points higher, and it is currently headed to 15,750 levels. Again, when it breaches 15,750, 15,766 is the next level of resistance. It is taking a bit of resistance around 15,750, and it broke the resistance now, 15,751.45, 53.2 is where we are currently. So the market moved above 15,750. It is quite possible that it will go all the way up towards 15,766, and 15,766, when it is broken, 15,835 levels is the next level of resistance. Once it breaks that, now we are headed on a higher trajectory more and more on the session. So if you are looking for the basics of stock market book, then go to the first link in the description below, and I have written a book, The Basics of Stock Market for Beginners, and it is doing pretty good. It's almost read by almost around 1,500 people already in the 5 days of its release, and it's going really good as well. So as of now, we are going strength to strength. The basics of stock market the basics of stock market book is available on the Kindle e-store. So you can go to the first link in the description below and get the basics of stock market ebook, and you don't have to pay a hefty amount. It is just 99 rupees, and I have given 2 strategies to make money on a daily basis using my strategies, and both are my own strategies as well. I have invented those strategies, so you don't have to worry about anything. You can just blindly follow those strategies and make money on a daily basis. As of now, in Nifty is headed to 15,500 and 760 levels, where the market is currently at, and we are constantly moving higher and strength to strength as of now. In the session, which is just about 5 minutes, now it is 6 minutes. Now 6 minutes, we are headed almost about 100, almost about 25 points higher is where we are actually headed at this point of time. So 15,755 is where we are currently, and 15,766 remains a huge resistance for the market as of now. When we pan above the 15,766 levels, 15,835 is quite possible in today's session itself. So let me give you the analysis of the last 6 months, and let us see where the trend is actually headed up to. Okay, the trend of the last 6 months shows that in the first half we were headed on a bit of a negative trajectory. Okay, and now we are headed on a bit of positive trajectory at this point of time, and now we are headed on a bit of sideways trajectory as at this point of time. Look at this, the market is headed on a higher trajectory till now, till the date of June 9th. We were headed on a higher trajectory, and afterwards we have started seeing a continuous sideways market. The market is going within a particular range of 15,500 levels till the level of 15,900 levels. So we are not headed on a higher trajectory or lower trajectory. We are within a particular channel where we are actually headed up to. Okay, and now we seem to have a good level of break on the higher side at 15,750. It is quite possible that we may go all the way up in today's session as well. If the 15,750 itself is acting as a resistance, then we may come down to 15,705 levels. So as of now, I am showing the support around 15,500 levels, and we are seeing a channel within the level of 15,500 to 15,950 levels as of now. So there was a false breakout, and it did not last long above 15,915 levels. It came all the way down, and it closed below that particular level. So as of now, we are still in the channel. Okay, we are still headed in the channel. We are not above this particular channel or below this particular channel. Until the channel breaks on the downside or the upside, we are holding this particular channel, going up and down, up and down, up and down. It is just like an optical cable. Okay, when the light bounces through the optical cable, it hits one particular trajectory over here, and afterwards bounces back to another trajectory over here, and just bounces back without losing any energy. It is just heading within that particular level of range as of now. It is just like your heartbeat. So heartbeat usually will be around the level of 70 heartbeats to about 80 heartbeats. So it will not move higher or lower until unless there is something wrong. So that's the way the market is also currently in a channel within the range of 15,000 to 15,500 to 15,900 levels. It is not headed on a higher side or the lower side at this point of time. At this point of time, we are at 15,750 levels, and whoever is present over here, do send a chat message. Let me read out who has sent the chats. Okay, and Rupak is actually saying, hello sir, how are you doing? And Akshaj is saying, sir, you made my day on Tuesday. I earned around 1,000 profit. You're helping me earn my bread and butter sitting at home. Great, great. As well, he's saying, hopefully today with your guidance, I can earn good amount. Yes, obviously. Your book is awesome and informative in Kindle Play Store ebook, because it's very less price. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions with respect to technical analysis, you can always ask, and I'm more than happy to guide you accordingly. And let's look at the 1 day's market. At this point of time, we are headed on a higher trajectory as of now. 15,753 is where we are currently sliding towards. And now let us look at the trend line. How do we draw the trend line for a positive market? We'll join as many positives as possible in today's session. Now it broke the trend line on the downside, and if it breaks above 15,750, we'll break the trend line on a higher side, and we will move higher in the 15,760 is where the trend line is currently at. If we break this particular trend line above 15,760, we are headed higher, else we are headed on a bit of lower trajectory at this point of time. So let us look at the MACD. If it has panned out, MACD usually comes up around 930 or 940. So if it actually comes up, let us see where is the momentum of the market. Okay, it is not showing up yet. So we are currently bit lower than the trend line. It shows that the market is in a bit of on a negative side rather than on the positive side. Until this trend line is broken, we are headed on a bit of lower side rather than on the higher side. And EMAs are giving constant support for the market as well. So we currently hit a snag around the level of 15,630 is where we had closed. So we saw that the market actually went all the way down to 15,630, and it took support, and now it is going upwards, because whenever it hits the level of technical analysis where it has to go down, it will show some negative news all over the world, and afterwards if it has to go up, it will show positive news around the world, and it will go up anyways. Mr. Prakash is saying, good morning, Ashok. Yes, sir. Good morning. Very good morning. I hope I am able to help you with respect to your technical analysis journey and your trading day, and hope I am making your day better with the technical analysis, whatever I am actually doing. Now we are headed to 15,760 levels. So let's see, let's elongate the trend line and see where the market is headed up to in today's session. So now the trend line is evolving higher as well. The market is evolving higher as well. 15,760 is where the sub resistance is currently at. 15,760 is a bit of seemingly hard thing for the market to gulp at this point of time. It is just like the hot ghee. It can't be swallowed, or it can't be just spit out. At this point of time, 15,760 is continuously waving to the market, saying that, okay, I am here. When I am here, do not have to come near. So that's what the market is actually showing the resistance at. See how many times it has hit that particular snag at 15,760. Once, twice, and thrice, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. Sixth time we are headed to 15,760, and now we are a bit of sluggish at 15,758 after hitting 15,760. After we close this 15,760 and higher, we are headed towards 15,766 to 15,800 levels to 15,835 levels is where we are actually headed up to in today's session. If the market happens to go on a higher trajectory, we may say that the market may go all the way up towards 15,800 to 15,850 in today's session itself. That will almost be around 200 points. So am I saying that the market is all bullish all the way? I am not sure about it. However, I'll just look at the technical analysis and make the decision according to that. So again, another 3 times the Nifty hit the snag at 15,760. It moved all the way higher to 15,763, came all the way down to 15,754 levels at this point of time. So it is quite possible that we will have a huge resistance at 15,760 until it is moved on the upper side with a great momentum. What is momentum? Momentum is the force to push the market on the higher side no matter what the resistance is. So it is just like hitting your roof. Okay, if you go up all the way or climb up with the ladder and start hitting your roof at one particular level, with all the great tools you have, and it will go down, the roof will give up, and the resistance of the roof will give up bit by bit, and it will start showing the shade over there in the roof itself. At that point of time, it is quite possible that you may drill a big hole in the roof and afterwards go all the way up above the roof. The resistance is like a roof. If you can drill a big hole through the roof, then you can go up. That is what the resistance is all about. Now we are headed a bit higher. 15,763 is where we are headed. It took support at the EMA level, and a bit higher is where we are headed. And let us see if the markets can go above this 15,763 levels, and if the market takes the trend line on the head on head, then the market will head higher to 15,800 to 15,835 in today's session itself. So that being said, let's see if we have any comments. Yes, Ashok, I am your old student. Took a break in between and back to trade again. May I know the ebook link, please? Yes, Mr. Prakash, and your the link is in the first link in the description below on YouTube itself. You can click on the first link in the description below, and you will get the book. And that being said, this is the end of Market Profits show. And today we are headed on a bit of higher trajectory as of now, as we see that we have moved above 15,760 levels. So we are headed a bit higher above that. So that being said, this is Ashok Kumar signing off at this point of time from Market Profit Show. We will meet in tomorrow's session as well in the live session. If you happen to have any technical analysis questions, anything you want to ask, I am more than happy to help you out. And Mr. Prakash, thank you very much for joining as well. And that being said, this is the end of Market Profit Show on the day of 22nd July. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. This is going live on my Facebook page on Exotic Investment as well. So go and search for Exotic Investment and you will find the live on the Facebook page as well. This is going live on YouTube as well at the same point of time. That being said, the market is headed a bit higher and we are in a good mood for a great profit in today's session. Profit is where we are actually headed up to, and positivity is where we are headed up to in today's session. At the end, 15,763 is where we are actually headed up to in the Nifty at 9:34 a.m. That being said, end of the Market Profit Show with Ashok, and this is Ashok Kumar signing off. As I always say, happy trading and happy